It has been a very exciting day here in kindergarten today. First things first is that everybody found out that Harriet and M15, the eagles that we've been watching in the morning during breakfast time, their little eaglets have hatched and they have two little babies, little eaglets in the nest, and it's absolutely cute. I put the link and a little eagle picture in the slideshow, the virtual classroom, for you to take some time to check that out. It's really cool. You just got to be patient, but they move, the mom Harriet or the dad M15. They move a lot in the nest to get up and feed the babies. This morning they were fed squirrel and fish. So a couple of kids thought maybe it was a rabbit. I was more thinking it was a squirrel, but whatever. They're both furry. So, yep. And then this afternoon they were eating, I think it was another fish. Yeah, they were eating a fish head this afternoon. So it was pretty awesome to see. And then we went outside because Mrs. Berry came into our classroom this morning and she said that over the weekend her and her family went for a walk on our trails back here, and they saw snowshoe hare tracks and coyote tracks and coyote scat. So, of course, we had to take some time before we went to recess to go explore the trails and see what we could see. And yes, there were snowshoe hare tracks everywhere, finally. And there was lots of coyote tracks, because where there's food, there's going to be predators. All right, and so coyotes are a big predator. Foxes are another big predator, and those animals are going to be out there if there's food around, and they certainly were. And we also saw bird tracks, very, very large bird tracks. We are still trying to decide what those are. Some kids said turkey, some kids said partridge, but they were pretty big tracks to be partridge. So we're wondering. They definitely looked more like turkey tracks, but all the tracks that we were seeing all seemed like it was just one set of tracks. And usually turkeys travel together in a flock, right? Which means it's a group. So we would have seen a lot more and not just one set of large bird tracks. But they were definitely bird tracks because it looked like the fork. And then we also saw the rabbit poo. And it was funny because a lot of the kids were thinking that they were going to see a pile of rabbit poo, like the rabbit would just stop and do its business. But what we saw was one dropping, and then another dropping, and then another dropping, and then another dropping. And they were actually quite spaced out, so we followed the droppings, the trail of poo, for quite a while. And that little rabbit, it seems like it would just, have a little poop, and then a hop, and then a poop, and then a hop, and it was kind of funny. So we all got a kick out of that. And we followed that trail for quite a long time. What else did we see? We saw squirrels. We saw lots of just people snowshoe tracks all around. Somebody was out with a groomer on the snow sled trail. We don't walk the snow sled trail very much, but we crossed by it. So it was a pretty exciting morning with the eagles, and then seeing all that action out in our forest. And then, well, they haven't seen the guppies yet. They're going to see the guppies today, just like you saw the guppies today. So lots of exciting things. But I'm going to get to my book here. And this is called Fish, Same and Different. Fish, Same and Different. I love this book because the pictures are so cool. So this is our table of contents here. These are all the different books that are in this reader. And we are reading the very first one, called Fish, Same and Different. So you'll see the title, and then if you scan across, it will tell you what page that book is on. And as you can see, we're already there. There's page 3. So, goldfish and guppies are fish. Where do you find them? Now, that does not look like our goldfish, and that does not look like our guppy. But it's still a goldfish, and that's still a guppy. They live in ponds and lakes. Other fish live in the ocean. Where else do fish live? Rivers, yeah. Streams, yeah. Tanks, yes. Fish are animals, and all animals have basic needs. Fish need food and water. They need space and shelter. And they need oxygen, too. Oxygen is the very scientific word for air. Fish have eyes and a mouth on their heads. And they have scales and fins and gills. Do you see them? Who does that look like? That's our Moby. This is a much bigger Moby than ours, but that's what she's going to look like when she's much bigger. So cute. All fish breathe through gills. Fish breathe oxygen from the water. Color, shape, and size are characteristics of fish. Characteristics are the things, that's a big word, see that? Characteristics. Those are the things that make fish that are the same and different about fish. How are these fish the same? How are they different? Color, shape, and size. Think about those three things. Color, shape, and size. Fish live in many places. Fish need to live in water. Some fish live in fresh water. Rivers and streams are fresh water. Ponds and lakes are fresh water. Do you see fish here? Other fish live in salt water. The ocean is salt water, and many different kinds of fish live in the ocean. Some marshes are salt water. Fish that live in salt marshes need salt to live, salt water to live. Aquariums are places to see fish. At an aquarium, fish live in large glass indoor tanks. These fish live in a saltwater tank. Pet stores are places to see fish. Fish in small tanks. Have you seen these fish? What kind of fish is that? It's a guppy. Your class has a fish tank. It is a freshwater or saltwater. Goldfish live in freshwater. And fish live in many places. Some fish live in natural places, and some fish live in human-made places. Some fish eat plants. Some fish eat other animals. Some fish eat both plants and animals. Fish get what they need from where they live. What are the basic needs of fish? Good job. You remembered. Water, food, air, and space.